I'm live. Grateful day. Welcome to the 93rd episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with your host, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. I empower professional entrepreneurs to overcome toxic environments who feel disqualified with self-doubt, to take decisive action, lead boldly in identity, and to persevere, all anchored in faith. Welcome, you guys. So happy that you're here. Time for the t-shirt. Okay, so today's t-shirt pretty much reads, use your strategies. That's what this shirt says today. And what do I mean by that? Well, this actually is a great reminder to refer to our plans for just achieving business objectives and dreams throughout our journeys. These plans are they're broad in their scope in order to just enable a firm reaction for unforeseen developments, while actually trying to keep focused on specific pathways, you guys. So this is what the shirt means today, which transitions us perfectly to today's episode called Market Boldly on YouTube with Lisa Melick's, my apologies, Guide to Strategy, Visibility, and Growth. You guys, I am so excited for this guest today. But today we're going to tackle a topic that is, so many of us wrestle with, right? Especially as entrepreneurs, just along our journeys in our 9-to-5s, whatever you have going on, as professionals even, right? Just trying to get our message out there. So this topic is really about visibility for the most part, all right? So let's be real. Showing up online, especially on YouTube, can feel a little intimidating, wouldn't you say? I definitely would say that. And, having a little technical difficulty, but champions adjust. Let's keep going. So it could be intimidating, right? But look, you've got this vision, you've got the business, but then doubt just creeps in. And we don't want that. So we'll say things to ourselves like, do I really have what it takes? What if nobody watches? What if I don't have all that I need? Or maybe I'm not ready. Or maybe I don't even know what I want to do. Does that sound familiar? If you can relate, put relate into the chat. Well, also, you guys, here's the real truth about all of this, and just YouTube and things like that. What's stopping us usually, it isn't lack of time, lack of equipment, or lack of opportunity. What's holding us back really is what we tell ourselves, you guys, about our worth, our readiness, and our simple just ability to actually show up for ourselves, right? But look, if you can shift that mindset, that's half the battle, just so you know. And then just that silence, and just silence that inner critic that we have for ourselves, then the doors for growth, you guys, is the limit. The sky is the limit for that. The impact and purpose. All of that the doors will just open wide open. They'll just open right up just for you. All right. So first, before we get to our amazing guest, who I'm so excited about today, let me just give you a few statistics like I like to do. Do you know, as of January 2025, which we're in the year 2025, you guys, YouTube now has 2.53 billion monthly active users. Yes, that is huge, right? Worldwide at that. That means that the stage has never been bigger for your actual message, your business, your journey, and your brand. That is phenomenal. Also, studies show that video by itself, by the way, will make up 82% of all internet traffic in the year 2025. You guys, we only have a few more months for the year 2025, so you better get started. This tells us one thing, okay? If you want to stand out, grow your influence, and build connections, video isn't optional anymore. Like, it's a must. It's essential, all right? And then lastly, here's another powerful insight about the statistics. 96%, you guys, of marketers say that video increases brand awareness. That is phenomenal. And 82% say it drives more web traffic. So we need this, right? That's the proof that video, especially YouTube, can take you from individual and an invisible appearances and things like that to impact. We need that. So if you're willing to break through that actual fear that's holding you back, then YouTube is where you need to go, you guys. With all that said, today's guest, you guys, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, is all about helping you just cut through the overwhelm and to turn your YouTube presence into authentic growth, you guys, without gimmicks and paid ads. You know we need this, right? Just strategy and confidence that works, you guys. So today, I am honored, you guys, to introduce our esteemed guest, Lisa Melick, you guys. Give her some love and everything. But first, I know I'm holding you up with our amazing guest, but first, let me just tell you just a little bit about how amazing she is, all right? Lisa Melick is the founder, you guys, and the CEO of Stone Groove Social, is a YouTube strategist and a marketing expert, passionate about helping entrepreneurs pair mindset with strategy to grow authentically online, you guys. Once a professional musician, woo, yes, who battled stage fright herself, you guys, she now teaches business owners how to overcome fear, to stop hiding, and to use YouTube as a powerful tool for visibility, confidence, and growth. Yes, she is phenomenal already, you guys. Please join me in welcoming the phenomenal Lisa Melick. Yes, let me get her on. Love this. All right, let's see here. See, are you at Lisa? Second here. There we go. Okay. All right. Hello.
Oh,
Welcome.
thank you so much. Your enthusiasm is catching. I
Oh,
am just so excited. Uh, I'm excited anyway, but to be here with you, you are amazing. I love you so much, sister.
thank you so much. I know. We won't go into the details of how we met, but you guys, let's just tell you this. It was on an airplane and it was just God. It was just a divine, God driven type of meeting. Let me tell you that. Would
Yeah,
you agree?
I completely agree. I'm always pinching myself. That was a divine meeting there, and
Yes.
so
I,
glad to know you.
thanks. Same to you, Lisa. So glad that you're here. So, you guys, I am so happy to have Lisa on here. She is phenomenal, you guys. Now, as you know, Lisa, I do have 5 questions that I'm going to be asking. I call them gifts to the audience. So, we're going to be asking and answering those giftful questions and things like that. But before we do that, do you have, first tell us, like, is there anything that you want to expand on that I mentioned about your bio and all those things? I already said some amazing things. Or also tell us from the start how we can get in contact with you.
Yeah, so that introduction was awesome. So you guys, whatever she said, I mean, I guess it's true. I'm humbled by it. I mean, obviously, I'm humbled by it, but I just love to help entrepreneurs just get out there and shine their light brightly. We're a lot of times we're like, I'm not special. Like, look at those other people. They're way specialer than me. Like, they're doing so much, and I just pale in comparison. And we have these things in our head, and they're not true.
Mhm.
So so I'm fired up to be here today. Whoever can relate to the things that we're talking about, just stick around, and we're gonna work through them and get you going, and it's going to be amazing. But yeah, that was a perfect introduction, and they can find me on Instagram and all the socials, of course. And you can, if you ever want to talk, go ahead and you can go to my website and you can just book a call with me to talk about some of these things, because each business is individual. So we need to actually talk about it, what you need to be doing as an entrepreneur for your business, and showing up on video and showing up on socials and all of that, and marketing your business. So
Sounds amazing, Lisa. Now, do they just go through Lisa Melick, or sorry, Lisa Melick, or is there a certain page you want them to go to, or?
yeah, so I would visit the marketing website that I have for my agency. It's called Stone Groove Social. And
Okay.
so if you go to stonegroovesocial.com, that's where I take appointments, and we can set up those appointments or whatever you want to do. And there's some information on there for you as well. So
Wonderful. Y'all heard it here first. And if by chance I'm following her as well, so you can always go to my page. All right. All right. Well, Lisa, to guide our discussion today, here are 5 giftful questions that I am so eager to continue exploring, you guys, with our esteemed guest today, Lisa Melick. So let's get started. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. All right. So, gift question number 1. So, in your actual video, you mentioned that the biggest thing holding business owners back was creating content. And it isn't time or tech, or it's pretty much themselves, is what you had mentioned, right? So, can you just like expand on what you mean by that?
So what I mean is, we have a million excuses, and usually it's I don't have time, because I mean we all are busy. We're busy business owners. There's some truth to that, right? But what I found is these excuses: I don't have time. I don't have the right equipment. I don't have the right location. Maybe I don't have an office to do that sort of thing, or whatever the excuse may be. That's really not the underlying issue. We make time for what we find is important. And we actually run away from things that don't feel good, right? That things that just feel uncomfortable. And I don't know about you, but recording video is not comfortable, especially at first.
Nope.
So when you're looking into a camera, you're not really looking at people. You're looking at a camera, and it just gets a little bit uncomfortable, and so no one wants to do it. Uh, so what I find is when I'm talking with business owners, when I'm talking with my clients as well, because with the marketing agency, we talk about this stuff because most people, I'll tell you, if you're feeling alone in this, that you don't want to be on camera, you're not alone because most people don't want to be on it.
Right.
Most people don't. So what I go through with them is, okay, these strategies of how we can do it little by little, and then we can break into our own personality, our own self, and shine to the world. So I can give a few of those, maybe a couple of those tips that might help people today. If you want
That'd
to
be
talk
great.
about.
Yes, let's get a couple to them.
Okay. So one thing that I did when I first started playing music, so you mentioned that I was a professional musician and still am, obviously, I play music. What I did when to get on stage, because I was completely fearful. You know, I would have my knees would be shaking. I thought I was going to pass out. I had sweaty palms. I couldn't breathe, and that was hard because I play the flute, and so that was like really hard to play. And so before I'd get on stage, I would tell myself, fake it till you make it. Okay, fake it till you make it. And I would think of my favorite flute player, my favorite flutist, Sir James Galway, if you ever
Okay.
know who he is. And I would think, I'm Sir James right now. And I would go out there and I would play, and I would just feel this sense of empowerment. You know, I was this big stuff. And as time went on, I did more and more performances, and then I started to break into myself. I started to realize, wait, I'm doing this. Sir James Galway is not up here right now. I'm up here and I'm doing this and I'm having a blast. And so for me, that was the biggest thing that helped. And then I transferred it over to video as well because I'm very introverted. I'm very shy. I was the shy kid in school. And so to get on video was very hard for me, especially without an instrument, without a flute.
Right.
And I would tell myself, you know, I would think of the people who I admire who are really good on camera, and I would be like them. I would think I'm this person right now. And then I grew into it. And now it's just so fun. You get on camera and you're sharing with others because of that one technique that you can do at first. Then you become, obviously, you are yourself, but that helps kind of that mindset thing in the beginning. So that's tip number one.
Okay.
One other one that I want to share with you, because I think this will help a lot too. I mean, it helps a lot. So even before I jumped on here, because I don't know about you, you do a podcast every single week. And I mean, do you have a little bit of nerves before you get on
Not
any at all?
anymore. Not anymore. I did in the first like 5 or 10.
Yeah.
But now that I'm in my 90s, nope.
Yep.
It all kind of went away. Thank you, Jesus.
See? Yay, yay. So that's a testament. That's a testament of getting on camera, showing up, and showing up. At first, you had some butterflies. You're a little bit nervous. But as you went on, man,
Right.
now, 90th episode, you are just, you know, in the 90s of the episodes. You're yourself, and you're not anyone else, and you are just soaring. That's awesome. And so that's what I want every business owner to be able to do. You have to break the ice. You have to get out there somehow. And these Instagram lives are good. So if you're on Instagram, go ahead, jump on Instagram and do an Instagram live for 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Get used to it. And then also do it. You can also film video and don't even publish it.
Yeah.
Walk around with your camera and don't even publish it. so that I don't get off track. So the second thing, and the thing that I did right before I got in here, because Instagram Live, I'm YouTube world, I'm this and that. We do social media, but Instagram Live, I don't do that much.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, it's not about me. I tell
Right.
myself, it's not about me. It's about you. So the person on the other side of the camera, the phone, it's about that person. And if we are serving others, if we're really just serving a person that we want to serve, man, you have absolutely no nerves at all. And that helped me also with music. It helps me on camera, and it helps my clients as well. So hopefully those will help you.
Yes, those are great tips. Hopefully, people got those down. I just wanted to speak really quick to a couple of those. I too, like Lisa, you guys, let me tell you something. I had a fear of, I know you guys are like, yeah, right. And especially those who know me, because like I ran $1 million company. My background was human resources on the executive staff level. Although I was the minority, I was the only black, I was the only female. There's like 15 white males. So that's how it was, right? And unfortunately, it was at the Good Old Boys Club for Human Resources. So I'm here running this $1 million company, but I had a fear of speaking, you guys. I know I'm doing this podcast. I think today's the 93rd one, and I have 3 businesses that I'm conducting all on my own and things, but man, I didn't want to speak. I did not want to be doing this because being in your expertise, right, Lisa? Like that's a no-brainer. But then when you're now speaking about yourself and you're helping others, man, I had anxiety galore on my very first one. My first podcast, I had major anxiety. Like I literally was shaking, like, oh gosh, I don't know what to do. I don't even know what to say. I don't even So I can relate. So thank you so much for those tips. Oh my goodness. And especially the one about pretty much not being selfish. You're pretty much being selfish if you don't just kind of put things out there, and so that there's other people out there who feel like we do. You know what I mean? So for us to finally be out there showing them that, man, if we can do it, if Lisa and I can do this, you guys can do it as well. I'm telling you, it's priceless information that you're giving here. So thank
Yeah,
you for that.
yeah. And sometimes we think we have to know everything. We think we have to be, say that in your business. I mean, you know a lot about your business and you need to get on camera and talk about it. But there's always going to be someone who knows more than you about the
Yeah.
subject. No matter, everyone has, we know that. So that can kind of get in your head and you can get imposter syndrome.
Oh
And
yeah.
so you remind yourself that you only have to be a couple steps, even one step ahead of the person who you're helping. You don't have to be a million steps ahead. You only have to be one step. So
That's
focus
right.
on the person you're helping, and you'll be able to help them.
Yes, that is phenomenal. Great tip. Thank you for that. All right, we are moving on to gift number 2. So gift number 2, so you said that procrastination isn't really like about like our schedules, right? But it's about our mindset. So what are some common mindset traps that you see entrepreneurs or just people within their journeys, even in their 9 to 5s, fall into when it comes to like YouTube?
Hmm. The main thing is, can anyone relate to this? You decide to do anything else besides record the video. So yeah, you say, oh, that pile of dishes right there, I have to do those right now. So you're, whatever it may be, we make all the excuses, and some
Mhm.
of them are really good
Yeah.
because, okay, I, as a believer, I'll say, this is a faith-based podcast, and I can say, I have faith, and every morning I wake up, I say, thank you, God, that I'm alive, I'm well, and please help me to bless other people as you bless me, all of that. Now, the funny thing is, if we wake up and we immediately check our email, look at our phone, or whatever it is, there's some strong,
Mm,
enemy stuff at
yes.
coming on us. Okay, so I'm just gonna say there's don't let anything in. If
Mm,
you're saying I'm gonna record right now and you have it on your schedule, do not check your phone. Do not look at your messages. Don't call. Don't do anything, because there's some. I'll just say there's evil at work in the world. We all know that. I
yes.
mean, look at all the bad stuff that's happening.
Hmm.
Okay, I don't want this to go dark, because we have a light, and we don't have to be in a dark place, but
That's right.
it wants to get in. So I just want you to be aware that that your time is the most important thing here on earth, and
Yes.
you recording a video is going to help so many people. You may not
Mhm.
think it's going to, but it will. And
Yeah.
especially if your heart is in the right place and you are wanting to help that other person on the other side, then you need to be there. So don't let any distractions come into play. So procrastination happens
Mm,
because we just allow these distractions to come in. And as far as our mindset, it's just what we're telling ourselves. I am too busy. I
yeah.
have to handle this now. Oh, this just happened and landed on my desk, and I have to do this.
Hmm.
Nothing is more important than the calendar date you set with yourself to record. Don't
Yeah.
let anything get in the way.
I like that. Yes. I'm taking notes as well. By the way, after we go ahead here. Yes, I love that. I often say, Lisa, I'm like, you know what? Not today, Satan. Because the first thing that since she shared hers, that I like to do, I get to like to love to do, is I'm listening to a sermon, a gospel song, I'm reading the scripture. That's just what I like to do, because that just kind of sets up my day for whatever, toxic thing or person that comes at me. So that helps me throughout my entire day, let me tell you. So
Yes.
so good.
Yes.
Yes.
So, man, you hit it on the head. You said the most important thing is getting your mindset in the morning, and
Mm.
whatever it may be. If you do read the Bible, or you read, devotional, or whatever maybe you're not a person of faith, but
Yeah.
getting that mindset in the morning and knowing what you're supposed to do for the day, that's important. Don't let all those little things come in and just distract.
Yes, because they will. They'll sneak up on you and
Yes.
they come in quietly. So,
They do.
yes, so important. I love that. Thank you. All right, we are on to gift number three. So, gift number three is, you talk about like diving into our fears, right? So, what were some of your own fears around like showing up, and how did you overcome them?
So when we talk about our fears, they may be really deep.
Mm.
So, I mean, I would suggest to some people to talk to a therapist,
Yeah.
because you really want to dive into what are your internal fears. They could just be small fears, but we deal with so much fear that's holding us back. So we have to tackle it head on. We have to face it. And for myself, thinking what there was fears for me that the one that I already touched on, that I would think other people know way more than me.
Yeah.
Okay, and like I said, yes, of course, I don't know everything. I'm not
Right.
God, so I don't know everything. So that would sneak into my head and say, oh, you're not good enough. And what I see with other people, I talk to so many people about this, that's kind of the number one thing. It's like, I'm
Yeah.
not good enough. It comes in many forms, but
Mhm.
that's one that creeps in. Another fear, uh, when it relates to being on camera and doing the thing, uh, you fear what other people think.
Oh, yeah.
You
We do.
it's, Especially with YouTube, you get on there and you feel like you're just, even though you may be doing a video for your company or your
Mhm.
business, it's a long form video. It's not like your usual reels. You can do shorts for YouTube, but
Mm,
with YouTube, if you're doing a video, say it's 8 minutes long,
yeah.
you're kind of putting yourself out there and people are getting to know you, especially if you do it week after week.
Mhm.
And the first few times that you get on there to record a longer video, that's going to be challenging. And what will go through your head is who's going to watch this?
Right.
And you start to think, is people from high school, are they going to watch it? People from, wherever, my kid's school, my
Right.
work, and you can't think about that because I want to tell you some truths here.
I
The
love it.
people that you're scared of watching it, like if
Mhm.
you're thinking of certain people, they're not watching it. They don't care. They don't care. You can't think of other people.
Right.
So with YouTube, I want to encourage you to, like I said, think of the people who you're trying to reach with your message. You don't want those other people watching you, like the person who was in high school with you,
Right.
because they're probably not the person who you're helping with your product or service or whatever you do.
Right.
But that's not really a valid fear, I found, because the people we're most scared of watching don't even watch. So,
Wow. We got to get them on there in some way. So let me ask you a question. When you mentioned when you're on YouTube, you could actually turn the YouTubes into shorts. So I knew that about Instagram. So you could do that with YouTube as well. So that, what do you mean by shorts?
oh, okay. So now this is where I get really excited. So, with YouTube, you can record your long form video. So, say you
Mhm.
want to record a video for what, 5 minutes? I
Okay.
say about 8 minutes is perfect because that's where, if you are doing YouTube a lot, that's
Mhm.
where if you where the cutoff is for AdSense. So when those ads play, you start getting money after 1,000 subscribers, 4,000
Hmm.
watch hours. So there's some rules to it. So I always keep that in mind. Like if you do a long form, you're going to try to do it for 8 minutes, 10 minutes, or longer. People like to watch long videos. Well, so you could do that one video. This will make your life so easy. Do the one video
Mhm.
and then cut it up into short reels to
Okay.
use. You could put it on Instagram, you could put it on TikTok, wherever you want, Facebook. But you can use those also as shorts and those shorts that are under 3 minutes as well. It's the same for Instagram. You could do uh,
Okay. That's
shorter ones.
okay. Great. My younger son, he does some things like that. His are usually shorter. He has a lot of
Yeah.
short ones versus like the longer ones. But good to know because my YouTube page, I actually have this Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast out there on YouTube, and they're a lot longer. So I'm gonna be taking some stuff. Good
Yeah.
idea.
And so you guys, you look, there's a YouTube studio. I don't want to get too into the weeds with you, but this
Okay.
is fun. You go in there and you look at your analytics and
Hmm.
see where the top part of your video is, like the best part where people are really engaged in watching it. And you would take that part out of your video and create the short with it. So you can pull them out and put them that way. Some people have short channels for YouTube, and
Hmm.
that's okay too if they just have a channel that has all shorts. But
Yep, that's
I'd
nice.
actually really encourage. I like that you're doing the podcast and you have it on YouTube
Yeah,
because I would encourage you to do the long form on YouTube. That's where people get to know you, and that's where
yep,
you really build community and you can really build your brand.
that's great. Yes. Okay. Love it. And I know that a lot of people like to go back and get all the different tips that I give. So I give 3 to 5 of them, just depending. Like today after us, I'll be giving 3. So yeah, that's good.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you. All right. We are on to gift number 4. So gift number 4 is, if mindset is key, because that's what we're talking about, right? What's one practical shift that someone can start making today? I'm all about action. So, in order to like reframe how they see themselves and their ability to create content, like what's
Mm.
one good tip?
Yeah. So what we tell ourselves becomes what we think, because when we can retrain our brains. We all know this, the whole science behind retraining your brain. So I want you to pay attention today, this week. I want you to pay attention to what you're actually telling yourself. Those small little thoughts that say, "Oh, I look terrible today. I
Yeah.
can't jump on camera." No, you are beautiful. Like, you are beautiful. Yeah, you may not have a second to, get all done
Beautiful.
up or something, but you yourself are beautiful. So yeah, keep note of what's coming in your head. Oh, I stumble over my words. I stutter. I'm not a good speaker.
Yeah.
I actually said that for years. I'm not a good speaker. And that held me back. That really
Wow.
held me back. So I would say, if that is something like that, no, it's not true. It's not true. And
Yeah.
if you feel it's true, talk to a good friend who will tell you the truth, you know. And who knows? I mean, maybe you do stutter over your words. Maybe they'll say, "Well, let's work on that."
Yeah.
You can work on these things. It's not who you are deep down.
Right.
So today I would just start taking note. What are you thinking? How can I rewire my brain, and what is the truth?
Oh, that's good. I like that. Especially that, what is the truth? Yes.
Mm.
Because you guys, we can all do this. Like I said, this is my 93rd episode. And remember how I was telling you I had anxiety in the first one. Major anxiety. My hands was sweating. It was out of control. I
Yeah.
literally, and it's crazy. I do believe my oldest son is on here watching right now. He actually helped me through the first one. Like, I was in panic mode. Like, oh my gosh, Kendall, it's 6 p.m. I don't know what to say. What am I doing? He was like, Mom, just talk about what it is. What is your podcast about? What is your, and I felt so much better afterwards. But man, I was a mess.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
like
good.
that. Mhm.
Got to get out of your own mind and get out of your own way. Lisa
You
is
do.
she's so
Yeah.
correct. with that.
And you know what will help? I just want to say, so yes, we're talking about mindset, but what I find is, if you have a strategy in place, if you know exactly what you're going to do when you get on camera, it's not just free for all. That helps you with your confidence, and it helps you just take a deep breath, and you're not so nervous if you have that structure. So that's what I like to go through with people, so they understand, how should I structure my videos?
Yes.
Structure them for people who are watching to be engaged. You want to
Mhm.
have, we'll talk about the structure of it, having that good hook in the beginning. And so people want to stick around for your video. And you can, like, if you're concentrating on that first 10 seconds or 15 to 20 seconds, then you're not thinking about all those other things. You're thinking, what am I saying? Sometimes I memorize that first 10 seconds
Yeah,
because it's so important for your videos.
it's good.
Yeah.
And you know what? That pulls people in too now that you say that. Because, our attention spans after like the first 3 seconds is gone. So,
Yeah.
like you said, to just concentrate on that and get that out there, it just draws people in, and you got them after that. That
Yeah.
and then that, you know what, that helps with clarity as well. I've found that, like, by
Mhm.
knowing what exactly, and I have it, structured to a certain, point. Ain't gotta be perfect, right? Because we're not perfect, but it helps with clarity big time. That's helped me,
Mhm.
let me tell you. So,
Yeah. So just having those bullet points, having the
mhm.
bullet points, I really want to talk about this, and
Yeah,
and you can do it certain ways. And, I teach people what types of videos. So you can have listicle videos where you have lists of things, or,
wow.
you can divide it up in certain ways, but having just bullet points. I would suggest, don't read off a script, because that's not personable, and that'll be kind of robotic, but just try to get
Yeah.
used to just talking on the camera.
That's good stuff. That keeps you authentic too. So, yep.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that. All
Yeah.
right. So, last but not least is gift number 5. So, In gift number 5, you made mention to the fact that one should live the way that we're supposed to live, right? So for you, and now to assist others, how does like showing up on YouTube connect you to living fully and stepping into the bigger calling?
Hmm. So I think of the business owner. We can all think of a business owner, and they're in their studio. Say they're a florist,
Mm,
and they're just in there, and people in the community know about them. They come in and they buy arrangements, and
mhm.
um, that's their go-to flower shop. The florist. If that, just think if you were that person and you put yourself on YouTube in front of those billions of people.
Mhm.
Now you can't think of it that way. Your video, not billions watch your video, but you're putting it out into the world.
Yes.
And there's something so powerful about that because just you going on camera and your video could just be, I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful bridal arrangement of flowers today. And you're just instructing people of how to do something, and people tune into this. There's people across the country who will see your video and then they start to know you and they're like, I'm ordering from them. My grandmother's in the hospital right now. I'm going to order from that florist. We're going to have that delivered. Or, there's so much opportunity
It's like
when
that
you
trust,
just
right?
put
Yeah.
yourself out there.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. It's like
Yeah.
they start to trust you. So that's very important, right? By
Yes.
seeing you. And when they see you a lot, obviously, like she's saying, beyond even on YouTube, that trust is like automatic. They're used to seeing you. So I guess that goes back to consistency, wouldn't you say, Lisa?
Yes, being consistent. So, yes, when you're online, so you're on Instagram, TikTok, whatever you're on, if you're consistently on there, you are building trust and likability because your people are going to find you, those who relate to you and you
Your
relate to
avatar.
them. Yeah, yeah. So it's going to be perfect. But YouTube,
Can't hear you. I don't know. Can anyone hear me, by the way? I can't hear her.
okay. Can you hear
Oh,
me? Okay.
champion. Look, I was about to
So
say champions adjust just so you know on this
all right.
show.
So could you guys hear that beep, beep,
No,
beep?
I didn't hear any. I didn't hear
So
anything.
in Las Vegas, could you hear the rain? It's been pouring.
No.
So here's Las Vegas. It does not rain hardly ever, but when it does, it pours. And so what just happened on my phone that I'm on right now is the flash flood warning. There's a flash flood warning. So,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I didn't hear anything. So,
Okay. Okay. So where were we?
we
Flash
were,
flood.
the last gift where you were pretty just saying you were talking about being consistent and showing up so people can trust you.
Oh, yeah. And so I was going to say, so that's good on all platforms, showing up consistently. But with YouTube, the fact that you can show up and actually have a conversation with someone for longer than a few minutes, you could stay
Mhm.
on for 30 minutes if you want to.
Huh.
That is priceless. I have clients like an organizer she's on YouTube and she does body doubling. Have you heard of body doubling? So when people like
What is
so
that?
when you would if you wanted to organize your house,
Mm.
you want to do it with someone that gives you some motivation, to clean your house, to declutter, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So when she's on there for 30 minutes or maybe 40 minutes, and people are doing it with her, like organizing their house.
Oh,
And so they
so
start,
while she's doing hers.
yeah. So
Oh.
you start to feel like that person, she's your best friend, and that's how she does it. So like think of your business. I want everyone who's watching to think of your business and what kind of like creative way you could show up on YouTube and do your business. Now, I love how Jenée has her podcast. I would suggest for all business owners to have a podcast. Um, but if that's not something for you, think of other ways that you can be on that video for a long form and people could get to know you.
That is wonderful. I got so many thoughts with my three businesses to use that for. Thank you for that tip. You know,
Welcome.
I could actually even for like, so my cake company, I could
Hmm.
actually maybe be baking the cake and be doing it with someone, right?
Yes. So you could be showing them how you bake a certain cake. And
Yeah.
as you're doing it, it could be you could be helping them. So whoever's watching, you could say, "We're going to be baking a cake today. Here's the ingredients that you'll need. So get your ingredients, and we'll do this together."
I
So
love
yeah.
that. Oh, I see. Now you got me going. I love that tip. That is priceless. Love it, love it.
Yeah.
Thank you
Welcome.
for that. I got a lot of things going on now. Look, my VA's on here too. You hear this? No. Thank you. All right. That's so great. So, you guys, oh my gosh, I am so very grateful to have Lisa as our special guest today, you guys. Oh, I can't stop thinking about that last tip, y'all. I'm going to be doing some things even more now.
Yeah, it makes it so fun, you guys. So think of all the fun ways you can do this. Don't get worried and scared about being on camera. Record the videos because it's just fun to do and you just want to relate to people and bring them into your world.
Yes. So, not to put you on the spot, but do you know how long you can stay on YouTube? I don't,
Oh, you can stay
I
on there for hours. I'm
can
not really
you?
sure if there's a time limit because I've seen people for a couple, there's, 2 hours or something. So I think it's quite a while.
Yeah, that is
Actually, I
amazing.
think if any entrepreneurs were watching the Alex Hermosi event, that was online for I think a day, for a
Oh,
couple of
wow.
days.
Okay.
So
Good
I
to
was
know.
watching it about pretty much all day. So
I was just thinking about the body doubling thing. So I'm like,
yeah,
oh, okay, I could do that for about 30 minutes to an hour and know that we're not going to get cut off and all those things. So that's
right?
great to know.
No, you can do it.
Love that. All right.
Yeah, so you
But
can do it. Let me really quickly say, I want to clarify. You can do this as a live video, but you can also just record a video in the way of actually doing the thing with someone. So you can just say, we're going to do this today, and you can pre-record the video, and that way you can edit anything out that you don't want in there, and
Mhm.
you can do it that way as well.
That's great. And someone in the audience just said you can stay on as long as 6 hours
Ooh, so
or
6 hours.
more
Okay.
live on YouTube. So that is good to know.
That's
And
good.
here's another thing, you guys. Unfortunately, I don't know if you've experienced this. I experienced this about a few of my podcasts ago now, about three of them. But Instagram has changed things, you guys, if you don't know. So like I'm doing this Instagram live, you have to now have 1,000 followers for Instagram live. So the fact that you don't have, I don't think you have to have at least 1,000 viewers, right, on YouTube. So you should be good there to even do it on YouTube. So
Yeah,
that's good,
yeah, that's
because I was freaking out because at first I didn't have that 1,000 for a lot of my businesses. I'm like, wait a minute, because I don't really be out there like, oh my God, follow me, follow me, follow me. I just want to give great information and help people. You know what I mean? That's what I'm
yeah,
all about. So to
yeah.
have all those followers, I wasn't concentrating on that. So when it
Mhm.
happened and I went to go do my live on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, like I do every Friday, I was like, oh my gosh, what do you mean I can't go? I was in panic mode.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was not a good thing. So
Wow.
it
Yeah,
wasn't
so
good.
so
And then
yeah.
also, so that's Instagram. You have to have at least 1,000 for Instagram to date. And then for even Facebook Live, you guys, I found out that same day you have to have at least 100 people or more. to do the lives, that is, you know what I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
following you. So thank
Oh,
goodness I did have that on, so I had to like resort to that really quick. Or you
yeah.
could actually do StreamYard as well, but that's
Yeah.
good to know that you can do that on YouTube. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be definitely making sure that happens. But I do got my 1,000 on here. Thank you. It was all God. I'm giving God all the glory for that. That the very next Instagram live that I did, I was ready. I was ready with my 1,000 followers. So,
Yay, good.
but that's good. YouTube, you can do it there,
Yeah.
you guys. So don't
Oh,
let it stop you. Like she was talking about earlier, them excuses of stopping you, of going live and doing things. Think out of the box and do other stuff, you know? So go to YouTube. And
yeah.
heck, if you need some assistance, you know you can call Lisa. She can help you.
Yeah, and so can I mention real quick, if people want to join me, I'm going to do a class in October. And actually, I'm going to do 3 classes just so it gives people different options of days and times. And if you still can't make it, I send the recording. So if you want to make that, it's maybe I'll give you the information to link in here, but it's the October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. I'm doing those free classes. And I just want to help people in like what's happening now on YouTube and how to get more eyes on your business through YouTube and how to use it to bring people from YouTube to your website, to your offer and what you're doing. So we can talk about that as live so you can ask questions too.
That's wonderful. That's going to be so helpful. Yes, definitely get me the information about that
I
so
will.
I can give it out as well. I love that. Someone also had mentioned that the 100 is the same on YouTube. So
Mhm.
thank you, Rosie, for that.
Yeah,
What
because
is
I
your
always forget
last?
about that. Having 100 subscribers, it's actually not that hard to get
Hmm,
subscribers, on
okay.
YouTube. But I want to say in general, since we're talking about subscribers, and we have to reach these goals of subscribers just to be able to do these lives or whatever we have to do.
Mhm.
But other than that, I don't want anyone here to be fixated on subscriber counts
Right.
because yeah, for your business, if the right people are just watching your video, that's all that matters. And as
Mhm.
you probably have told everyone about the algorithms and everything, it's finding people who will actually watch your videos and actually want what you are talking about.
All right.
So
Yep. I never
it
went to the
doesn't.
algorithm, so that's good to know.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what's so good about the day and time we're living in. So if you're a new business owner, jump on there and you're in the same place as a business owner who has millions of followers. You
Yeah.
are. You just have to know the right way to do it with the keywords and that's why I just, talk to
Yeah.
me about it because
Get with
you just need
Lisa.
to
She can
know
help
how
you
to do
market.
it. So, yeah.
Yeah, she can definitely help you market yourself as well. She's really great at that. So, so good. Thank
So,
you. So, I know you just gave us that fabulous information and you're going to be putting it out there. I will be sending this to you so you can collaborate with it, this video and things like that. And make sure that when you repost it, put that information about when you're going to be having things come up for
okay,
sure.
sounds good. Yes.
Yes. So, you guys, thank you for just allowing this phenomenal guest to be here on my podcast today. And Lisa, thank you for just showing up as a friend and just an amazing business owner. I really appreciate you. Is there anything else that you want to tell us, or just a little feedback or a word of encouragement that you want to give to anyone?
Okay. First of all, I want to thank you, Jenée, so much for having me here.
Oh,
I just appreciate you so much. And if your audience is anything like you,
oh,
which I'm sure they are because we attract who we are. There's just beautiful people on the other side of this video watching us right now. And
oh,
so
thank you.
I want to encourage them to, I want to encourage them to live boldly. Boldly is the word, and just to love boldly. And that means getting out there. Even when
Mm.
it's scary, get out there, put yourself on video and reach some people.
That is so phenomenal. Thank you, Lisa. You are a blessing. I'm so glad
And
I met you.
I'm glad I met you, Jenée. Have a
Thank
blessed
you.
day. Thank you,
You
guys.
too, and on purpose. Feel free to, come back on, keep watching, because I got 3 gifts to give everyone. I like to give my own 3 gifts. So thank you for being a blessing. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Later.
Bye.
Bye. All right, everyone. Let's remember to follow and put to action Lisa Melick's wonderful suggestions, you guys, and wise suggestions. All right. But also, of course, like I just said, here are 3 of my own short, giftful, just things I want to give you, like I like to give you for this episode. They're actionable because that's what I'm all about. So, really quickly, the first one is gift number 1, and it's titled Break Through the Real Blockers. What do I mean by this? Well, most entrepreneurs already have the tools they need, like our phones, our laptops, and the platforms. We usually already have all those, right? But of course, I've got some actionable things and or just things that for you to follow, platforms and things like that. Because it isn't just about like equipment, you guys, but it's our own like bigger dialogue for the most part. Like telling ourselves, I'm not good on camera. I've done that, right? Or what if no one watches? What if I fail? And just that inner critic, you guys, that we tell ourselves, like, maybe I can't do this. Well, no more for that, all right? Because here are some actionable items, and I like to call them gems to assist in this area. All right, so the first one that I would recommend is if production actually like worries you or it actually even holds you back, tools like Descript or Opus Clip can simplify editing, you guys, so that you don't have to waste energy just like overthinking the details. All right, you guys, I am huge when it comes to overthinking things because I am a little analytical, unapologetically, but got to be real about it, right? So also for like script and like outline confidence to help you with this, you guys, use apps like Big View. And that's simply just a teleprompter for like videos, or you can use Notion. And that's just simple content planning, but it's very, very helpful. All right. And this is going to help you to just reduce that mental clutter that you have going on just by having those platforms. All right. And then finally, for this particular one, if you can use like partnering with an accountability buddy, you guys. Remember in many episodes ago, I told you I have 3 of those. I currently only have the 2, but I'm going to get back to that third one. So you want to get with an accountability buddy or even joining certain groups and platforms like Focus Mate. That's a good one. And that helps with like virtual co-working, you guys. Or even a private like creator mastermind. You want to get into those type of things. All right. And that's going to help make like the process less intimidating for those of you who need that assistance. And it's going to give you that extra like nudge, you know what I mean? To help you keep moving forward, which we all need. I know I need that push all the time. All right. So finally, we're on to gift number 2. So gift number 2 is called Mindset Over Schedule. So we often say we're too busy, like Lisa was saying, right? To create, but procrastination, as we were just talking about, is rarely about our calendar, you guys. I had to learn this the hard way, let me tell you. So instead, it's about like fear and procrastination or comparison, just like we were talking about with Lisa. So when we stop comparing ourselves, you guys, to like that polished influencers who are out there and they're like doing all the things, and start showing up for ourselves authentically, you will then see the major shift in everything. You guys, again, I had to learn this the hard way, but now that I don't do it, it is so very helpful. All right. So, of course, here are 2 actionable steps to assist you in this area. First is a resource to help, and it's called the Atomic Habits by James Clear. All right, which offers simple steps and systems for building consistency, you guys, into your own routines without overwhelm. You guys, this is so very helpful to help you. So check it out. All right. And then, second, are tools like Trello. That's a really good one, by the way, or Notion. And this can structure your actual like content calendar, you guys, in a way that removes the stress. We don't need no stress no more, right? So it's going to remove the stress of when, and it also keeps you accountable, you guys, to your actual why. And that is so very important. All right. And then last but not least is gift number 3. So gift number 3 is titled Turn Fear into Fuel by Serving Others. You guys, this is one of my the favorite ones that I'm doing this evening. Because, like our guest today, Lisa, and her journey shows us that when you stop actually like making it about yourself, you guys, and instead you focus on just other people and who that other avatar for you is, this is a huge one when you simply just serve. All right. I feel like giving this podcast every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time here live. You guys, I am serving. It didn't cost me anything but my time, but I am just grateful to be able to do so. Again, these are the little things that you too can do, right? And it helps to like let go of that fear, all right, that we have inside of us. Think about it. Your story, you guys, might be like the lifeline that someone else is waiting for. So they need to hear it from you, not from me, not from Lisa, but from you. Okay. So, of course, here are some actionable steps to help you with this. So first, you want to utilize like resources called Answer the Public and or Tube Buddy, all right, which are excellent for like discovering like your audience and just making sure that they're ready and they know what they're searching for. Utilizing these platforms, you guys, is going to help you out with that, all right? And it's going to make it easier to create content that meets real needs of the people who are out there looking for you, all right? And then last but not least are journaling prompts, you guys. There's one called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. This can help you reconnect with your authentic voice. How amazing is that? While also there's a book that you can do or you can read and read, and it is called Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. And this reframes content creation, shares your actual process and insights and your actual journey to inspire others. So, you guys, I'm giving you all the tools, the actionable tools. You just got to get with these different resources and get going to help yourself. All right. Well, that's the end of all of these amazing gems and gifts that we got tonight from today's episode. But remember that the biggest limits we face aren't time, aren't tech, they're just thoughts that we've simply just allowed ourselves to hold us back, right? So we don't want to do that no more. Listen. Imagine what could happen, you guys, if you stopped doubting, stopped delaying, and just started showing up boldly in a way that we're meant to live. You guys, we would be so much further ahead, right? We'd be unstoppable. That's what we be. So we are ready to be unstoppable. If you're ready to be unstoppable, put unstoppable in the chat. I know I'm ready. So YouTube isn't just, a marketing tool. We learned that today with Lisa. It's a platform to grow your actual business, you guys, your influence, your journey, and your confidence. I know I'm going to be using it more for sure. I already have my podcast on there, but the sky is the limit with this. All right. And as Lisa taught us, the shift does not like start with a particular function, you guys, but instead with a new mindset. So let's start with that YouTube if you're not doing it already. All right. You guys, as always, thank you for tuning into this episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with me, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. I appreciate you all to the fullest. You know that. Please continue to follow and also share for ongoing content and inspiring content at that. And again, please, since we're talking about YouTube, subscribe, like, and share my YouTube channel, The Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast by Jenée Hudson. The link will be in the caption as well as it's in my bio, okay? Keep the faith, and until next time, have a blessed day and weekend and a very prosperous journey on purpose. Later.